Hi students and friends, welcome to the channel Learn and Teach by Sir Ayaz. So I will continue my CAIE 5070 past paper questions, and this time I will solve winter 2022 and the variant will be 12. I'm not going to read the instructions. Let's continue with the paper. Question number 1. Which piece of apparatus would be the most suitable for measuring exactly 37 centimeter cube of aqueous ammonia? So we want to measure exact volume 37 centimeter cube. We have only one glassware for this purpose, and that will be butyl. So they will be the right answer for this question. Question number 2. When iron reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, hydrogen is formed. Impurities in the iron mean that some hydrogen sulfide gas is also formed. Hydrogen sulfide gas is soluble in water. Water vapor can be removed from a mixture of gases using concentrated sulfuric acid. First of all, look at the glasswares used in this experiment. You can't use this type of apparatus. You have to use thistle funnel. This is a thistle funnel. This type is known as thistle funnel. We can control the volume of acid added because the reaction will be violent. So you can't use this type. So A will be the wrong answer in this. We are left with B, C, and D. The gases produced are H2 and H2S. H2S is soluble in water. H2 is not soluble in water. And you have to insert the delivery tube in the liquid, that is water or concentrated sulfuric acid. So we have only one choice in which we have two choices in which the delivery tube is dipped completely in concentrated sulfuric acid and water, and that will be C and D. So B is also incorrect. Now what will be the sequence? As mentioned in the question, H2S is soluble in water. So we have to add the gases produced in water first. Then the resulting gas will be passed through concentrated sulfuric acid. So in this case, C will be the right answer. Number 3. The following tests are carried out on a sample of green crystals. The crystals are dissolved in water and the resulting solution is divided into two portions. Aqueous sodium hydroxide is added to the first portion. A green precipitate soluble in excess aqueous sodium hydroxide is formed. We have only one ion for this, and that is Cr plus 3. It is soluble in excess of sodium hydroxide. The solution formed is heated and a gas produced which turns litmus paper blue. Sodium hydroxide is an alkali. It will react with ammonium salt to liberate a gas which turns red litmus paper to blue. And for this purpose, we have only one ion responsible for this, NH4 positive. Dilute nitric acid is added to the second portion, followed by aqueous barium nitrate. A white precipitate is formed. So we are adding nitric acid. Nitric acid is added to destroy any carbonate ion present in the solution. Barium nitrate is used to test the sulfate ion. So it must contain sulfate ion, SO4 minus 2. Which three ions are present in the green crystals? A, ammonium, chromium 3, and sulfate. This looks correct to me. Let's read the other choices. Ammonium, iron 2, sulfate. This is wrong because we don't have iron 2. Chromium 3, carbonate and sulfate. We don't have carbonates. This is also wrong. Last one, iron 2, nitrate and sulfate. We don't have any nitrate ion. So this is also wrong. Only A is the right answer. 4. Changes of state occur between solids, liquids, and gases. Gas is converted to liquid, that's converted to solid. Which changes are occurring at PQRS? So these are the changes which is happening. So if I will start with P. If gas changes to liquid, it's condensation. And Q is conversion of liquid into solid, which is freezing. What about R? R is the conversion of liquid into gas, it's definitely boiling. And S is conversion of solid into liquid, which is melting. So we are left with only one choice, which is correct in this case, and that is B. Number 5. The table shows information about some oxides. Oxide, structure simple molecular, effect of water, dissolves to form an acid. When these oxides are dissolved in water, they produce acid. Definitely these oxides must be non-metal. For which of the elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and silicon, could this information about their oxides be correct? Now, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, their oxides have simple molecular structure, but silicon oxide, that is SiO2, has giant structure. A, phosphorus and sulfur only. This is wrong because they are saying phosphorus and sulfur only. B, nitrogen and silicon only. This is again wrong because silicon, as I have mentioned, has oxide of silicon has giant structure. C, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur only. This is the right one. C will be the right one. For your convenience, I am reading the last one. Nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and silicon. All these, no. It's also wrong. So only C will be the right answer in this case. 6. Which statement about iodine atoms and iodide ions is correct? A, they are both isotopes of iodine. No, they are not isotopes of iodine. B, they undergo the same chemical reactions. No, we have atoms and iodide ions. They are in different states, so they have different electronic configuration, so they can't undergo same chemical reactions. B is wrong. C, they have the same number of protons. Yes, this is correct because during the formation of ions, only the number of electrons are changed. So both iodine atoms and iodide ions have same number of protons. C will be the right answer. For your convenience, I am reading the last statement also. They have the same physical property. No, they can't have same chemical physical properties. D is wrong. 7. The table contains information about 4 substances. Which substance is an ionic compound? Recall ionic compounds. They are solid and have high temperature, conducts electricity in the molten state as well as when dissolved in water. They do not conduct electricity in the solid state. So first of all, look at the choices here. In choice A, they mentioned the state liquid. So this is automatically wrong. Now B and C, D, these 3 are correct in terms of the state. What about the conductivity? In D, they have mentioned in B and C, they have mentioned that solid ionic compound conducts electricity at room temperature. So automatically these 2 will be wrong. D is correct. You see, state is solid, correct. Conducts electricity at room temperature, wrong, correct. Conducts electricity when molten, this is correct. Conducts electricity when in aqueous solution, this is also correct. So D is the right choice. 8. What is the nucleon number of the isotope of uranium? It's uranium. 235 will be the nucleon number. So C is the right answer. And 92 is the proton number for uranium. 9. An ionic compound has the formula Al2O3. What are the charges on the ions? Very easy. Aluminum belongs to group 3, so it will carry +3 charge. Oxygen belongs to group 6, it will carry -2 charge. So only one choice correct here, that is D. Number 10. Which 2 pairs of atoms are held together by the same number of bonds? two pair of atoms. They are held together by same number of bonds. Read this statement again if you face problem, because this is a tricky one. A, in the first column, they are talking about first pair of atoms. In the second column, they are talking about second pair of atoms. A, two carbon atoms in a C2H4 molecule. C2H4 molecule. This is C2H4. So the two carbon atoms, they are talking about these two carbon atoms, they have two bonds. Second pair of atoms, the carbon atom and one oxygen. The carbon atom and one oxygen. Atom in a CO2 molecule. So carbon is bonded through single bond to each oxygen atom. So this looks correct to me. What about B? The two nitrogen atoms in an N2 molecule. N2 is this. The two hydrogen in H2 molecule. This is H2. This is wrong. C, the two oxygen atoms in an O2 molecule. Two oxygen atoms in O2. The carbon atom and one hydrogen atom in a CH4 molecule. This is CH4. If you count the number of bonds, these will be 4. In case of oxygen, it's 2. So this is again wrong. The two oxygen atoms in an O2 molecule. O2 I mentioned. The two nitrogen atoms in an N2 molecule. This is N3, N2. So this is again wrong. Only A is the right choice. 11th. Boron trifluoride BF3 is a simple molecule. There are 3 covalent bonds in each BF3 molecule. Each of these bonds is made by sharing one electron from the boron atom and one electron from fluorine atom. Boron belongs to group 3. So it must have 3 valence electrons. So it has shared each electron with one fluorine atom. The dot and cross diagram will be like this. If I will show the valence electron for boron with cross, then it will be like this. 1, 2, 3. And we have fluorine around each of these valence electrons. Now I am showing the electrons of fluorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the dot and cross diagram. What is unusual about the bonding in boron trifluoride? A, it is unusual for a non-metal such as fluorine to form covalent bonds. This is not unusual because fluorine do form covalent bond. So this statement is wrong. The boron atom in each molecule does not gain the electronic configuration of a noble gas. This is a very important point because you know during the formation of bond, an atom achieve or acquire the electronic configuration of a noble gas. So this looks correct to me. C, the covalent bonds do not consist of shared pairs of electrons. The covalent bond do contain a shared pair of electrons. So this is wrong. The fluorine atoms in each molecule do not gain the electronic configuration of a noble gas. If you count the number of electrons for fluorine, you will find it has acquired the electronic configuration of noble gas, but boron does not. So B will be the right answer for this question. Number 12. Which equation is correct for the reaction between carbon dioxide and magnesium hydroxide? So reaction between carbon dioxide and magnesium hydroxide, the product will be magnesium carbonate and water. So we'll see the correctly balanced equation. Only one equation looks correct to me, that will be A. All the other are incorrect if you count the number of atoms on each side. 13. Which mass of oxygen gas combines with exactly 16 grams of sulfur to form sulfur dioxide, SO2? So here the reaction will be like this, S reacting with O2. If you write the AR of S, that is 32, and oxygen, the AR of oxygen is 16. So we have 2 oxygen atoms. We will multiply 16 by 2, you will get 32. So 32 reacts with 32 grams of oxygen. 16 gram reacts with X gram of O2. So you will get 16 as the answer. C will be the right answer with this one. 14. Which compound has an empirical formula that is different from its molecular formula? First of all, look at the formula along with the name. Butanol has C4H10O. This is the formula for alcohol butanol. Second one is hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. C is nitrogen dioxide and O2, water, H2O. So except B, all these have same empirical formula from its molecular formula. So B will be the right answer in this case. 15. A 4 gram of sodium hydroxide NaOH is dissolved in 250 centimeter cube of water in a graduated flask. A 25 centimeter cube sample of this solution is titrated with 0.5 mole per dm cube hydrochloric acid. Which volume of hydrochloric acid is required to exactly neutralize the alkali? I will write the reaction between these two. NaOH plus HCl, we get NaCl plus H2O. The equation is balanced, which means 1 mole of Na reacting with 1 mole of HCl. Let's consider number of moles for NaOH as N1 and number of moles for HCl as N2. Volume for NaOH V1 and volume for HCl V2. Concentration of mole per dm cube for NaOH will be labeled as M1, for HCl as M2. Now let's place the values. We have the volume of sodium hydroxide, that is 25 centimeter cube. We need to calculate the volume of HCl. What about the concentration of HCl? Yes, it's provided 0.5 mole per dm cube. What about the concentration for NaOH? It's not provided. They gave 4 gram of sodium hydroxide dissolved in 250 centimeter cube of water. So first of all, we need to calculate the mass of sodium hydroxide so that we will convert that mass into moles. So we will calculate 250 centimeter cube need 4 gram. Therefore, 1000 centimeter cube requires X gram of NaOH. So this will be X is equal to 4 multiplied by 1000 and divided by 250. This is 1 time and this is 4 times. 4 fours are 16. 16 gram is required. So I want to calculate the moles of sodium hydroxide which will be needed to make mole per dm cube solution. So 16 gram will be divided by the MR of NaOH. MR of NaOH will be MR NaOH. AR of Na is 23. Oxygen it's 16. Hydrogen it's 1. So you'll have 40. (16) divided by 40. 0.4 mole per dm cube. So we have the concentration of sodium hydroxide also 0.4 mole per dm cube. Follow this formula. M1 V1 by N1 is equal to M2 V2 by N2. Both will be cancelled, N1 and N2, because the values are same, that is 1. Now we want to calculate V2. So equation will be like this now. V2 is equal to M1 V1 by M2. Now placing all the values, M1 will be 0.4 multiplied by 25 and divided by 0.5. This is a concentration of HCl. So 0.4 multiplied by 25 divided by 0.5 will get 20 centimeter cube. So this will be the right answer. Thanks for watching. Press like and share my videos. Give comments for more videos. Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.